Hey y'all, today I am on the back porch trying to beat the sun and I'm going to be replacing some of the spring plants that are now fried to a crisp in the backyard with some hardy summer annuals. I want to make sure I attract more pollinators to this particular area of the back porch because that's where I have my tomatoes and peppers. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when my latest videos are up. And make sure you drop me a comment below. Are all your spring plants fried at this point into the summer? And are you planning on replacing them? If so, what are you replacing them with? Okay, so here's the back porch area. I've been battling spider mites, so you can see my strawberries have been battling spider mites. They've been treated at this point, but they're struggling. It's hard. And I've lost my petunias here. This was a salvia of some type, and it expired mainly because I forgot to, the water had, the drip line had fallen out and I didn't realize it. And then I never planted anything in this pot. That's just a volunteer celosia right there. So I'd like to get that one filled as well. So at least 4 today. And then maybe this big mama over here that had jasmine. It still has a jasmine in it. Some of it has died. I could cut out some of the bad and the dried parts that don't look so good. And then maybe plant around the base, which would be really pretty. So I'm going to be working with Vigoro potting soil as usual, and then plant tone as my fertilizer. Now, I have a big plant selection. If you were here the other day and you watched my plant haul from Homegrown in Farmersville, you probably got to see some of these. But let me show you what I'm going to be working with. I'm going to be working with a vinca, bright pink vinca. This is a celosia. It's kind of like a peachy golden tone. I have some purslane, a yellow purslane here. I have several little yellow zinnias, carpet zinnias. These are lovely. This is a butterfly bush, a buddleia, in a kind of like mauve purple color. And this is a perennial, but I'm going to be using it in the pot, and then at the end of the season, I'll move it out somewhere else into the garden. I do have another buddleia over here that's kind of a white lavender tone. And I have a scaevola. This is a proven winner scaevola. It's a whirlwind blue. And then I do have a Angelonia here. This one I thought was really pretty. It's called Wedgwood, I believe. I don't see its tag. Oops. I believe it's called Wedgwood Blue, Angelonia, and it's proven winners. And then back over here, I have a vinca as well, but it's a little bit of a different look to it. So you can kind of see the difference between the two. These are, ones on the left are way bigger. These are kind of more petite, I thought, which were really kind of neat looking and different for a vinca. And it is a proven winners, and these are called Soiree Kawaii Light Purple Vinca. Now I do have a few other plants over here that are for a different project, so they will not be going into the containers today, but I'm excited to get started on this. Okay, so this pot, I haven't actually planted it up this season. It has a big crack on it, so I don't know how much longer it's actually really gonna last. I do have a volunteer celosia in here that I'm gonna keep in here. So what I'm gonna do is just start by recharging it with some plant foam. Mix that in really well. All right, and then I'm gonna build from the back. So I'm gonna start with something tall. So why don't we start with one of the buddleia. It's a butterfly bush. Remember, this one is a perennial. And at the end of the season, I'm gonna maneuver it back out into probably the side garden. Remember, when you're planting in a container, you want to make sure you backfill with the soil so that you don't have any like negative spaces or air pockets in it. Okay, so I've kind of got like a really tall wow factor design. I've got the little bitty celosia, which actually will get pretty tall and funky. So I think it'll be, I've got this purpley color. So I think it'll be really good to maybe fill in with maybe a purslane over here, and maybe What do you guys think? Maybe a scaevola? I think that might be kind of fun. If I do a scaevola, whew, wind carried that right in my face. If I did a scaevola and it could kind of cascade over the side. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm gonna put it kind of in at an angle. I'm gonna make sure I push the dirt back under there so I don't have any negative spaces. Yeah, I like that. And then this will just continue to grow over the side. I think it's really pretty. And then I think I'm going to tuck in a purslane right here on the front edge. It has a little bit of a cascading effect as well. Yeah, I think that's really fun. So that'll work its way over. And then the rest of this area, I think I'm going to backfill with some of this bright pink vinca. There'll be a bunch of the little vinca that I'm just going to pack in here, truthfully. Maybe put like 6. Kind of working them in like this, filling in this space back here. Vinca do really well in this area with heat. They just keep going and going and going. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm definitely going to put in at least 2 more based on the amount of space I still have back over here. And let's get 1 more in there. Sun's coming for me. Trying to get out here earlier in the morning to do work, and I can be in the shade, so it's only like, you know, like 95 in the shade. All right, what do you guys think? And I like it. I think it's fun. Perennials fun. Obviously big pollinator. Pollinators love the butterfly bush, the scaevola coming over the edge, a little bit of the purslane, and the bright pink vinca, which I think is really pretty. I wanted a rainbow effect. I need something bright and beautiful and colorful right now in the summer. So I love all these hot tones at this time of the year. So this one looks really good. So I'm gonna put this one in place, and I'll get it watered in, and then I'll start on the next one. Okay, next I have the sky, which was a petunia. And it actually looks really, really waterlogged. So what I'm going to do is, I don't think I had this. Oh, it smells bad. I don't think I had this up on like little, I can't think of the word right now, but the little things to lift your pot up. So I'm going to make sure I do that this next time. Let's go ahead and start with some fresh soil. All right. Start with some fresh soil in here. Some clean comb. Plant tone? Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to fill this with a mix of zinnias and vincas. So I have these little yellow zinnias over here. They're super cute. Oh, look at those roots trying to get out. Okay, so I'm going to start with tucking some zinnias in here, and I'm just going to alternate zinnias and the dark pink vincas. I did a similar effect with purslane and vinca, and I absolutely love it. I think it's lovely. I got a little bumblebee friend over here who's really enjoying all the flowers behind me or to my side. And remember, as you're working, you want to make sure you stuff the soil into the negative spaces. You don't want air pockets in your design. It's not great for the plants. That one is super cute. I'm going to put it up on, what is it, planter feet, pot feet to go underneath the planter, so that hopefully it doesn't clog this time, and that'll be good. I think that one looks really nice. All right, let's try another. Okay, here's another one. It's petunia. Now this soil does not feel waterlogged like the last one did. So I definitely think it was just like an issue with drainage on that last one. So I'll just have to be aware for next time. All right, clear a little bit of this soil out. Adding plant tone. Containers, you really got to do a good job fertilizing containers, because constant watering and draining is constantly sucking out the nutrients. Or the plants are using the nutrients, but then it's just literally flowing out. So let's start with the vinca going in right about there. I'm taking the soil and I'm working around back behind the plant, just make sure there's no voids. Okay. And then I'm thinking, oh, sorry. Let's do one purslane worked into the design. Actually, I think I'm going to work it right over here, with the goal that this will trail over the side. A little bit of a negative space right there. So this one will trail over to the side right there. And then I think I'm going to add what I'll do on this one is I'm going to add in some of the celosia over here, this kind of pale colored celosia, to fill in the rest of the container. And I am angling these celosia just a little bit. Instead of putting them in straight up and down, I'm leaning them slightly to the edge just so they can grow out of the pot a little bit. And I'm kind of taking them and rounding this corner, which I think looks really nice actually. I like kind of the peachy color mixed in with the pink of the vinca. It's kind of unexpected. Remember, I'm going back, tucking in soil. Make sure there's no air pockets in here. Using my fingers to work it down into the space. Yeah, looks fun. This will be really pretty with the yellow trailing over in this kind of peachy color and then the pink. That one looks nice. All right, let's do another one. Okay, remember this one was a salvia. I actually messed up in that. Oh, there you go, right there. We'll just take that out. I actually messed up in that this, the little container, or the little drip for the water had fallen out. And I didn't realize it until it'd been like a week. So it's too late at that point. Let's go ahead. Actually, I think I have another bag. Okay, so we'll start with fresh soil in this container. Charge it. Paint tone. Okay, so I want something with a little bit more height in this one. So I think I'm going to work in the Angelonia. So when I have too much soil in my pot, I like to take out the plant from the container and go ahead and dump this soil because I've already mixed in the plant tone with this soil, right? All right, I like to do that. Then I can place my Angelonia. All right, then I've got my soil to go in and backfill. Okay, that looks nice. Okay, so purple and yellow I think is really pretty. So I think we'll work in some yellow into it. Let's work in some of these zinnias. And I think I'm going to alternate them with some of these celosia. Little celosia and a little bit of the vinca. Just a little pop color. And then I think I'll put in another zinnia. Am I overloading these pots? Absolutely. I haven't planted planters or pots in a while, so I'm just going for it, y'all. Just going for it and enjoying it. Enjoying the process. And get one more zinnia back over here. And I might tuck, I think I'm going to tuck one more vinca over here. A lot of people ask, how do you know what to put in the planters? You know, it's a lot of trial and error. Just trying things, just enjoying it. A lot of people are afraid to mess up. Don't be afraid to mess up. It's not working, you can take it apart. Put it in a different planter, try again. I don't like to put terribly expensive plants in planters, I will say that. I don't think I have enough experience at this point to really invest in really expensive stuff. So, but you know, inexpensive annuals works really, really well. So I think this one looks really great with the Wedgwood Blue, Angelonia, sorry, the Vincas, the Celosia, and the little baby Zinnias. All right, let's do another. Okay, this one is definitely a harder design. It has an existing, sorry, I'm looking for, it has an existing jasmine vine in it. So let me see if I can clear out some of this jasmine vine that doesn't look as nice. I cut out all the old dead vine. I'm going to recharge with plant tone in here. Alright, yeah, that feels a little better. Alright, so basically I'm going to work in the starter ones like the purslane. I'm going to work it in towards the front of the design because I do want it to cascade over. And I do have to be aware because I have really big like metal bars down here where the trellis is in there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start working in a combination. I want some of the bright color of the pink vinca and this, that's the purslane and the zinnias. Pretty, y'all. That really refreshes this whole look by cutting away all the dead, leaving what's fresh on there, and then potting around the base of it. I think is really pretty, really nice, and it's look really great. All right, let me get these set up, and then I'm going to show you guys what everything looks like. I'm going to trim up this strawberry real quick. Because it is very unattractive. It's got spider mites. It's been treated already, but I can see it's got a lot of new growth at the base, which is great. So I actually, you know what? I'm going to cut everything except for the new growth. Just give it a better fighting chance. Okay. So these are the Buried Treasure by Proven Winners. All right. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and recharge, and I'm going to fill this in It looks like I just have the celosia left, but that's fine. I'll fill it in with some celosia, just something, right? I mean, I guess I could put the buddleia in there. I don't know. What do y'all think? Is that a bad idea? I'm just gonna go for it. Y'all know how I do. Right? Okay. Okay. All right, so the sun is almost here. You can see just about 30 more minutes and it'll be on the porch. I think this space looks 200 times better than it did, y'all. You know, I know sometimes it seems silly to spend some money on plants at the heat of the summer like this, but it brings so much joy and freshness back to this area, which really kind of encourages me. So it's really nice. I think I picked really smart things that'll do well with the heat. I've got everything set up to drip, so they should do beautifully. So here's one of the combinations with the Scaevola, Scaevola and the Vinca, Buddleia, and a little bit of purslane peeking over the edge. This one was just kind of our leftovers. This is where my berry treasure strawberries are, so I put a buddleia in there with some leftover celosia. This sweet little basket container is filled with little baby zinnias and vinca. This one has the Proven Winners vinca, and it's got a little bit of accent of purslane, and then it's got all of the celosia around the edge. This one up here has the Proven Winners Angelonia, the Wedgwood Blue. How intricate the flower is, so pretty. Accent with a little bit of zinnias, some vincas, tucked in a little celosia, really pretty. And then this design has the remnants of a jasmine vine from the spring. I cut off all the dead stuff, and then I tucked in some more purslane, some vinca, and some zinnias. I think it looks lovely. Absolutely lovely. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video with kind of just fluffing up and adding some invigorating the space back here a little bit. Just filling in some of these pots with everything that's dead, filling them in with some hardy summer blooms that do well with the heat. So I know I'm going to be enjoying these for months to come because I doubt we're out of the 90s before the end of October. Still got a lot more to go. All right, you guys, as always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.